Hi guys and welcome to my channel. It is cold out there, if you are in the northern hemisphere anyway. And that is why in this video I am going to be chatting to you about how I managed to stay warm but chic all through winter in cold Switzerland. If you are here for the first time, hello, I am Naya and this is my channel where I talk about style and beauty from a minimalist perspective. So if that is your thing, you've come to the right place. If you are, however, not new to my channel, you know that I chronically preach about good quality, which is why before jumping right into showing you the few layers that I use to keep warm, I need to put a little tip and disclaimer about fabric first. Even throughout winter, I definitely prefer a more slimming look or like a coat that falls down your body rather than something more bulky and puffy like for example a parka. And I also think that something like a wool coat is just more elegant per default. Because that is my preference, my entire winter wardrobe is built up around trying to achieve such a look, so because of that, that's also what my tips are gonna reference. You will next to never be able to stay as warm in something made from polyester or even from cotton as you will in something from wool. And that is definitely something to keep in mind if you want to keep a quite slim and elegant look all through winter. Wool, for example, as a fabric is breathable and insulating at the same time. It has these little pockets that both traps and releases heat, which keeps you comfortable at all times. Because of these traits, wool are able to keep you warm, but actually also cool you back down. Have you ever started to sweat in a sweater and kind of started to heat up and freeze at the same time? Fast fashion, bad quality, and sometimes even high-end sweaters will often be made from polyester, which is a lot cheaper to make, but it isn't very breathable and it won't be able to release heat the same way as wool does. And that will make you want to take your sweater on and off to help you regulate your body temperature. And obviously, if we have a winter outfit that is based on layers, this is extremely impractical. Wool also absorbs a lot of moisture, which is why after you get too warm in a wool sweater, as you cool back down, you won't start to freeze. Because of its unique properties and how it treats bacteria, wool is also extremely odor resistant, meaning as you sweat in your sweater and wear it a lot, it will need next to no wash. Which obviously is easy and practical, but it also means you often get to keep it around for a longer time, as you don't start to break it down by washing it too much. Now, everything I've just said about wool, roughly the same is true for cashmere, except cashmere is 8 times warmer than wool at the same thickness. And that is why cashmere is majorly represented in my winter wardrobe, as it helps me achieve that more elegant look. My coat in and of itself, the charcoal one, is also really good quality. It is 30% cashmere and then 70% merino wool. It is just this really quite thin shell. It doesn't even have a lining. So even though this obviously, with what I just said, is going to be able to help keeping me warm, it won't be able to do so on its own as well. It is by no means something that will replace a parka, but having even the outer layer be of really good quality is definitely gonna help. Usually I'll just be wearing the outfit I want to wear, like for example my jeans and a white button up. When I do wear something like that, I will often wear an undershirt underneath it, just because having a layer of fabric that sits really tight to the body is gonna help keep you warm as you build on top of it. But sometimes, to give myself a boost, I will also just be wearing a thin fitted cashmere sweater as my outfit. And then as I get ready to go out the door, I will usually wear my gray fitted cashmere cardigan. This was something that a friend wasn't using anymore, and luckily for me, she just gave it to me. And I never consider this part of my outfit. I more so consider it just a practical necessity and accessory to my winter wardrobe. So more like a part of my outerwear. Because it's a cardigan, I will often keep it open so you can also see my outfit underneath. And because it is cashmere, even though it is quite thin, it does a really important job in keeping me insulated under my other layers. The next thing that I have that I will wear either on its own or on top of the cashmere sweater is this Uniqlo under jacket. It's an insulating jacket, and this is something that I got in early 2019 and I have been using it constantly since. It is extremely warm and weighs absolutely nothing, so I'm able to just fold it up and put it in a bag and keep it around for emergencies. It comes at a pretty good price, and even after constant wear, it just still has no signs of wear whatsoever. So this one is like my holy grail in keeping warm in the winter under my coat. The next layer that I use is a bit in style with the Uniqlo under jacket, and it is this vest from Lululemon. I originally bought it to run in it out through winter, and while I still do, I've just been finding myself wearing it as part of my winter outfit now because it is so warm, and obviously because it is meant for sports, it is also very breathable. The insulating parts are kind of on the front and the back, while the sides is more of a thin, stretchy piece of fabric. It's quite tight fitting and also very slimming, and it also goes up in the neck. So for something that keeps me this warm, it gives me a really slim look, and I'm so comfortable in it. Because it has no arms, I will usually wear it in combination with some of the other pieces. Actually, sometimes I will wear all three of them, or I will wear a combination that makes sense to how warm or cold it is that day. And if it's also not super cold, sometimes I will wear all three and then my trench coat on top, even though it's not as warm as the wool coat, but it still works. These three pieces, my good quality coat and a nice cashmere scarf and cashmere beanie, is what keeps me warm all through the season. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know, and if you aren't already subscribed but you are still here, please consider doing so, because in that case I would love to keep you around. Thanks for watching and farewell!